Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is January 16, 2022. Let's look at United Microelectronics or UMC. So this is a top leader in the semiconductor foundry space, and we'll also look at few other companies in the semiconductor space and see what company doing well. So as you can see here, UMC has a nice goal of 2020 net zero emission here. That's a very good goal here, and company seems to be doing very well. Let's look at this company in a little more detail and see if it's worth buying. And we'll also compare top semiconductor companies and see what's worth buying here. So with that, let's go into a little more details. As you see here, we look at company overview, competitive landscape. This is where we look at other companies in the semiconductor space and see what's doing well. Review a few charts, do a deep dive, look at the financial summary, and also compare and rank UMC with other top leaders like NVDA, AMD, ON Semiconductor, HIMX, AVGO, and so on and so forth. And finally, we'll do a verdict on if it's worth buying a UMC here and what else we can buy in the top semiconductor companies. So with that, we'll go into a little more details. All right, UMC by numbers. As you see here, UMC is a number 2 pure play foundry market in foundry market share, just behind Taiwan Semiconductors. And it's got 12 locations throughout Asia, and it's got 14,000 patents. That's very good. And as you scan through the details here, we got United Microelectronics or UMC. It's a top leader in the semiconductor wafer and foundry. It's got various locations in Taiwan, Singapore, China, even United States, and so on and so forth. And as you see here, it's got a nice stock chart. Stock has been going steadily higher, as you see here. All the dips here are good buying opportunities. Stock is steadily making its way higher, and right now it's in a buy range, nicely in the buy range. It's good to buy stock slowly here. And as you see here, it's one of the best low cost stocks to buy at this time, according to Insider Monkey. And also it's one of the 7 semiconductor stocks with most upside. So as you see here, downside risk is low for this company. It also pays a good dividend. And as you see here, stock price is very low. It's around $12 right now, and market cap is around $28 billion. Lot of room to run from here. All right, so as you look through here, we got analysts expectation here. We got price target. The lower price target is 15, about $3 above current price here, and high target is $20. As you can see here, a downside risk is low here. We got 3 sell side analysts who are offering this guidance here. So it looks like downside risk is low here, and there's a lot of upside potential. Let's look at United UMC and the top leaders in the semiconductor space and see what's worth buying here. We got all the top semiconductor companies here with the volume greater than 1 million shares traded. As you see here, I sorted this by 1 year performance. All these stocks have got good 1 year performance. We'll take a look at these companies and see what's worth buying here. Look, nice 1 year performance for all the stocks here. And top company here, NVTS, does not have a 1 year performance yet. It's relatively new. You could even buy this one. It's a good one to buy slowly and go from there. And as you see here, we got NVIDIA, the top dog here. It's doing very nicely. Nice A grade here from on the financial side, and gets a B grade from a growth perspective. Overall score is 81. Even this big company here with the $673 billion market cap is putting up nice growth here. I can see this company becoming a trillion-dollar company in a year or so. And then we got a few more here. We got ON Semiconductor. Is doing very nicely, as you can see here. Nice 79% performance in 1 year, and nice 86 rank from an overall score perspective. 86, that's a good, higher the better. And we got a few more, as you see here. We got MRVL. MRVL has been doing very well of late. It's a 5G play, as many of you know here. Its score is a little bit lower, as you see here. Overall score is 28. Mainly because company is not making money yet. It's money losing right now, 11% money losing. That's why right now it's got a low overall score because it's not making money. And then you got a few more here. I like HIMX. It's a good one here. As you see here, it's done nicely. It's struggling off late, but look, it's done nice 55% in 1 year. That's a good. Overall, it gets a 98 overall grade. That's also good. Higher the better. And I got AMD here, one of my favorite stocks here. I've been buying AMC on the down days. Very high score here overall, 98. That's a very good score here. And stock has been doing nicely, as you can see here, 49% in 1 year. And we got a few more players you can go through slowly. And as you see here, we got UMC right here in the middle of the pack here. Look, UMC is a $11 stock, as you can see here. Has done okay here, 36% in 1 year. And it's doing nicely here. Overall score or overall rating of 99, which is a very good score to have. And we got a few more names, as you see here. We got NXPI, which is also one of my favorite stock here. They have a nice exposure to auto industry, as many of you know here. Overall score is 78. You could look at a few more players here. As usual, keep watching the RSI levels here. Look, we got RSI right here. So keep watching the RSI. If the RSI is super high here, like look here, we got Micron. Stock went up here. I would wait for a pullback here, then buy Micron. And we got here Taiwan Semi stock shot up here. I would wait for a pullback. And also Intel. Intel has been going up off late. I would wait for a little pullback and then buy Intel slowly and go from there. On the other hand, few stocks are down big time here. RSI is below 40. Look, we got AMD. I would be buyer of AMD. You could also buy NVTS, even though it does not have good fundamental details yet. Being a new company, you could still buy NVTS here. And then you got Xilinx. Xilinx may be bought over by AMD. We'll see how it goes. But I would go with the stocks like Broadcom here, down big time. And Qorvo also works. Even the stocks with the lower RSI like 40 here, MRVL also works here. You could look at even stocks like Texas Instruments, Analog Devices, all these work here, including Wolf here. So with that, let's go into a little more detail. Wolf, I'll be a little careful here, mainly because it's got a very low overall score here, just 19. It's the lowest in the pack here. I would wait a little bit on this one here, go after the better candidates here. Look, we got a lot of stocks with nice financial grade A here. You could look at such stocks here. They will do very well in this financially difficult situation with the inflation type environment. So with that, let's go into a few more details. So this is a stock chart which will talk about the performance. As you see here, we should always understand how is the performance overall. So here we are trying to show the performance in 2021 all the way to 2015. So that way you know the company you're buying is not a fluke, not a one-trick pony. It can perform very well over the period of time. As you see here, we got UMC in the middle of the pack here. Right here we got UMC, and it's been doing okay. Struggled a little bit in 2018 with the high inflation environment, but bounced back very nicely. And right now RSI is about 50 here, middle of the road here. You could still buy some UMC at these levels here. Look, we got top dogs like NVDA here. Look, it's been doing very nicely. As you see here, NVDA is a consistent performer. It also struggled back in 2018, as you see here, but came back up very nicely and doing very, very well. Overall, all these stocks have done very nicely over the period of time. I think these are all will work very well. You could buy them. And as you look through here, we got Intel right here. Intel has been struggling, last year and year before. Look, the entire 2021, Intel has done just 4%. And 2020, when all the tech stocks were doing well, Intel has done negative 18%. That's why I think Intel has got some more ways to go higher here. I would be a buyer of Intel. Look, it's been going up in 2021 so far, along with Micron, which had a good move. And also we got HIMX going up in 2022 here. And we got AMD going higher in 2022. And few names like NVDA is going lower so far. That's a good buying opportunity. I would be a buyer of NVIDIA, and even Texas Instruments is a great one here, and also stocks like Qorvo and Skyworks. I would be a buyer of these names also. So let's go into a few more details here. Let's look at the chart. From a chart perspective, as you see here, we got UMC here. Look, nice stock performance here. Stock is trying to make its way higher slowly but steadily. And on the balance volume is also going higher, and RSI is 54, middle of the road here. You could buy some UMC at these levels here. Their earnings is coming up on 114 Jan 14 or around Jan 25th time frame. You could buy some now. I think it's coming up Jan 25th. You could buy some now and buy more after the earnings if the stock comes down. And then you got AVGO or Broadcom. Broadcom stock has been coming down, as you see here. It's trying to bounce off of its 50-day moving average. And look, on the balance volume is going higher. I would be slowly accumulating Broadcom here. It's a good one. And then you got NXP Semi. It's a great auto exposure here. Stock is trading sideways. Look at the on the balance volume going higher. I'm a buyer of NXPI. I would buy some now and buy more if the stock comes down after the earnings. And then you got Micron. Look, it's been going up very good here. I would wait for a pullback here. On the balance volume is also going higher. Look, RSI 65 tells you stock is oversold. Anytime RSI is above 55, I would wait for a little pullback and then buy it. All right, let's look at a few more here. We got NVIDIA. NVIDIA, as you can see here, it's been coming down off late, and on the balance volume is going higher. RSI is very low, just 41. I would be a buyer of NVIDIA. It's a great stock. This can become a $1 trillion company in a year's time. And then you got On Semi. It's gone up nicely, as you can see here, and it had a gap up here. And on the balance volume is also going higher. RSI is 52. I would wait for a little pullback on this one here and then buy. On the other end, HIMX had a good pullback already. It's trying to go higher slowly. I would be a buyer of HIMX. Very low price stock here, just $12. You could buy some HIMX at these levels here. And then you got AMD here. AMD is a great company. Legendary leader Lisa Su, as many of you know. Stock is going down, as you see here, trying to bounce off of its 100-day moving average. At these levels, I'm a buyer of AMD here. This will do very well and survive any short-term pullback here. And we look at a few more. We got MRVL. MRVL is a great one here. Had a gap up here. Now it's coming down, as you see here, trying to bounce off of its 50-day moving average. Nice on the balance volume, as you see here. RSI is 48. You could buy some MRVL here. It's beaten down at these levels here. Buy on the pullbacks. And then you got Qualcomm. Qualcomm had a good gap up here. Look, stock is trading sideways right now. On the balance volume is trying to go higher. RSI is 59. That tells you wait and watch. Don't buy right now. And then you got STM Micro. STM Micro, look, RSI is 53. Stock is trading sideways off late. And look, on the balance volume is going higher. It's a steady eddy company. I would wait for a little pullback and buy this one also. And then we got Taiwan. After the earnings, stock shot up here. I would wait for a pullback. Look, RSI 69 tells you it's too hot right now. I would wait for a little pullback. Now let's look at a deep dive of UMC and see if we can buy this company here. All right, so from a earnings per share perspective, companies has earnings. It's making money. Nice upclip here, uptrend. I like this trend here. It's a good one. From an annual sales perspective, nice trend. I like this trend. It's going higher. That's good. And shares outstanding is pretty constant or going slightly lower. I like less dilution, less outstanding shares. That's a very good one here. From a quarterly earnings perspective, I like the clip here. It's going higher. That's a great one. R&D, they're spending money on R&D. I like the company spending money on R&D. I think that's a good one here. And quarterly income perspective, stock is going higher. That's a good one here. Company is making money. Net income positive. And as you scan through here, let's look at the numbers from a quarterly performance perspective. Look, price was market cap was $5 billion back in 2019, and now the market cap is 28 billion. It's been slowly improving its market cap, as you see here, slowly but steadily improving the market cap. So that tells you it's a good one here. I like companies growing the market cap. That tells you they're growing their market exposure and taking the market share from the competitors. And from a price perspective, look, it was just $2 company back in 2019. Now it's around $11. So it's nice growth here, nice steady eddy price appreciation. That's a good one here. And they're improving the sales. As you see here, quarterly sales growth here. Look, they're surprising Wall Street with nice revenue surprises. Wall Street likes revenue surprises. This company is giving it. It's a pretty steady eddy revenue surprise all along. Even from an earnings per share perspective, they're surprising nicely, as you see here. Nice positive surprise in the earnings per share. Wall Street also likes it. I think this company is very predictable that way. As you see here, nice surprise all along. That's a very good. This is a surprise. That's a good one here. That's why Wall Street likes this company. They got a lot of cash. As you see here, they're improving the cash. Look, we got cash here. It was $4 billion back in 2021 March. It became 5.4 billion now, so that's a good clip here. And they're reducing the debt. Look here, we got debt is being reduced from $2.2 billion to $2.1 billion. That's a good one. And debt to equity ratio also reducing. That tells you they're delevering the balance sheet slowly. That's a good one here. Free cash flow, on the other hand, came down a little bit. So which is, I think it's still okay here. Not too bad, but came down, which is not a positive sign, but that's okay. Gross margin, there's an improvement here from 31 to 36. That's good here. And even operating margin improvement and net margin improvement. That tells you this company is efficient. They are running the both top line and bottom line efficiently. And they're spending money on R&D and increasing slightly. That's a good one here. And look, both ROI and ROA are double digits. I like double digit ROI and ROA. And from a price to earning perspective, stock is not expensive, just 17, not bad at all. Price to sales perspective, stock is very low here. So valuation is very low here. I like numbers. It's doing very well. And now let's look at the technicals from a chart perspective. As you see here, stock is doing very nicely. Nice uptick. Look, 2020 or 2018 here, stock has gone up very nicely. This is actually 2019. Stock has gone up very nicely, as you see here. I think this is 2020. 2020 was a banner year, and now also it's going higher, as you see here. Stock is doing well. It's a 5-year chart, as you can see here. And let's look at a little more smaller chart here. So we got one more chart, as you see here. And look, stock has been doing nicely here, slowly going higher, as you see here. Higher highs, higher lows. That's good. And RSI is improving. That tells you momentum is going higher. And RSI just 54 here. And even if you're an option buyer, you could buy some long-term call option. IV percentile is very low, as you see here. And right now, DMI perspective, the blue line is on top here, red line on the bottom. That tells you right now it's a bullish crossover. And on the balance volume is going higher. That's a good sign. And check-in money flow is also going higher slowly. That tells you smart money is flowing into the stock. So from a chart perspective, technical perspective, it works out. Let's look at a few more details. Now let's look at the option chain here. As you see here, stock is just $11.69. All-time high is it's $12.68, a little higher than the current stock price. And look, around the current stock price here, $10 here, which is close to current stock price. We got nice 1,050 open interest here. Look, folks are buying call options at 12.5, which is the above current price. They're buying at $15, and even at $22.5, folks are buying call options. Look, we got nice open interest here. That's a good open interest, as you see here. On the put side of the house, we got some open interest, but not as much as call options side open interest. That tells you in the options market, folks are betting the stock will go higher. All right, let's look at a few more details here. Look, total call options traded 2.8 and 2,870. Total put contracts traded just 204. That makes the put call ratio 0.071. That's overly bullish here. A lot of people are betting this stock will go higher. That's why they're buying more call options and less put options. Overall, its sentiment is up here. That's good. So with that, let's go into a few more details. So let's quickly compare UMC, NVDA, AMD, on semiconductor, HIMX, and so on and so forth, and see what company is doing well. All right, so we got a few details here. As you see here, we got all these top companies. From market cap perspective, clearly NVIDIA has great market cap here, biggest one here. And actually, AMD has got bigger market cap. AMD is just behind NVIDIA, as you can see here. And then we got a few other companies. Look, we got AVGO or Broadcom here. Nice $246 billion market cap, then few more. All these stocks have got nice rating here. Look, we got buy rating for UMC, buy rating for NVIDIA, and strong buy for AVGO. That's a good one here, and strong buy for MRVL, and so on and so forth. Right now on semiconductor, their target price is below the current price here. That's why it's in red, but all the other stocks have got a higher target price. And many of these names are below 52-week high. I think AMD and even NVIDIA is down big time from 52-week high. And as you can see here, even AMD is much below its 52-week high, as well as HIMX here. A lot of room to run, as you can see here. Now let's look at revenue and the financials. From a revenue and financial perspective, look, we got nice revenue growth here in most companies. Look, we got NVIDIA with the 50% revenue growth. UMC not bad, 25%. AMD is also good here, 54% revenue growth. All these companies are doing very well from a revenue growth perspective. From a gross margin perspective, clearly NVIDIA is doing great here, 64% gross margin, and AMD is a little less, as you can see here, 47, not too bad here. AVGO or Broadcom is doing nicely from a gross margin perspective, and even Qualcomm is doing well from a gross margin. And from a net margin perspective, look here, we got UMC doing pretty good here, 25% net margin. NVIDIA doing great, 33%. And as we scan through here, we got a few more. AMD is doing very well here. And HIMX is also doing good. AVGO is also doing very well. On the negative side here, MRVL is still not doing positive net margin yet. And Micron is, I think it's 0 right now. Probably, it's being updated. But I think it's also okay. From a free cash flow perspective, all these companies are nice free cash flow positive here, and they have not taken too much debt with the exception of Broadcom here. It took some debt, as you see here, and NXP also has a good debt on the balance sheet, as well as Qualcomm, but it's not too much. It's completely manageable. All right, now from a valuation perspective, look, from a valuation perspective, UMC has got very low valuation, just 4.18 here. It's one of the lowest here. We got few more with the lower valuation, as you see here. But Qualcomm, NVIDIA has got a little bit higher valuation here. And also, I think we got MRVL with a little more higher valuation, as you see here. And all these companies are making money with the exception of MRVL here, which is earnings is negative right now. From a relative strength, from a sales growth perspective, nice sales growth. Look here, UMC, one of the highest sales growth here. That's why it's one of the strongest player to buy at this time here. And we got nice sales growth for both NVIDIA as well as AMD, as you see here. And even MRVL has got a nice sales growth here, 32%, as you see here, not too bad. And from a relative strength index perspective, look, Micron, I would wait for a pullback here, a little high for me. And also Qualcomm is too high, I would wait for a pullback. On the other hand, stock like UMC, I would buy here. And NVIDIA is a good buy here. And AMD is also a very good buy. As you see here, AVGO is a very good buy here. Broadcom is a good buy here. And also you could buy NXP also here. So with that, let's look at a few more details here. From a return perspective, as you see here, all these companies have done nicely. Look at 1 year return. NVDA is great here, 99%. Even if you look at 5-year return, NVDA has done great, and AMD has done very good in 1 year, 5-year return, as you see here. All these companies have done great here. Look, even little company UMC has done nice 663% in 5 years. That's a very good performance. And finally, let's look at the grade here and go from there. From a grade perspective, as you see here, we get overall nice grade here, 99 for UMC. That's a very good grade here, probably one of the top grade here. AMD gets a 98, that's not bad at all. And then you got 98 for HIMX, that's a very good grade here. And then finally we got 88 for Qualcomm and STM here, and not bad for NVIDIA, 81, mainly because valuation is a little higher. That's why they got dinged. Otherwise, they would have gone much higher. And then you got a few more like on semiconductor doing very well here. And what I would also do is I would look at these, um, you know, RSI here. If you're trying to buy some of these names here, go after lower RSI names, so that way, lower RSI and a better score, those should be the ones you should look at. For example, you could look at NVIDIA here. You could look at even UMC also works here, and you could look at such candidates here. Those are the good buying opportunity candidates here. On the other hand, shy away right now from Micron. It's gone up too fast, and Qualcomm. Others will work here. So with that, you might ask, hey, what should I do with my UMC? So what I would say is UMC is a leader in the global semiconductor foundry business here. And as you see here, they have a strong revenue growth, and it's expected to grow even stronger this year. So that's why it's a good company to invest in. And in October 2020, UMC said the revenue grew by 25.36%, and they're also selling some 8-inch wafer. Price for that is likely to raise as you go forward. That's why they got a nice tailwind as you go forward with the price increase. Right now, Asia accounted for 65% of revenue. North America is just 22%. But as you see here, this can grow here. They can increase their wallet share in North America. That should take this company much higher. And as you see here, they're expanding to 28 nanometers. That's a good one here. And this will come late 2023. They got a catalyst, with this 28 nanometer. They can do very well in years to come. And they're expected to release the earnings in January 25th. I would say buy some right now and buy some more if the stock gets hit, so that way you're averaging down. So I recommend buying this stock here. It's up 35% so in 1 year, but it can still go higher. I would buy some now and buy some after January 25th, after the quarterly earnings. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.